I'm about to tell you the real reason you're stuck in life. And it's not what you think. It's not because you're lazy. It's not because you don't have enough motivation. It's not because you haven't found your passion yet. The real reason is so simple, so obvious that when I tell you, you might get angry at me. Because you'll realize you've been fighting the wrong battle this entire time. Some time ago, I had coffee with Sarah, a 32-year-old woman who's been trying to change her life for 8 years. She's read every self-help book, watched every motivational video, started 100 different plans. But she's still in the same job she hates, still in the same relationship that drains her, still living the same life that makes her feel empty inside. And then she said something that made everything click. She said, "Peter, I know exactly what I need to do. I've known for years, but somehow I just can't seem to do it." That's when I realized the truth that no one talks about. The hidden reason why smart, capable, motivated people stay stuck for years, sometimes decades. I'm Peter, this is Peter's Journey, and if you've ever felt like you know what you should do, but can't seem to do it, if you've ever wondered why everyone else seems to move forward while you feel frozen, this video will change everything, because by the end of this, you'll understand exactly why you're stuck. More importantly, you'll know how to get unstuck starting today. But I'm warning you, this isn't going to be comfortable. I'm going to call you out on something you've been avoiding, and it might sting. Are you ready? So back to Sarah. Here's what she told me that completely shifted my understanding of why people stay stuck. She said, "Peter, I have a vision board. I journal every morning. I set goals every January. I know I want to start my own business, get healthier, find a better relationship. But every day I wake up and do the exact same things that keep me exactly where I am." Then she looked at me with tears in her eyes and said, "It's like I'm trapped in a glass box. I can see where I want to go, but I can't break through." That's when it hit me. Sarah wasn't stuck because she didn't know what to do. She was stuck because she was addicted to something more powerful than any drug. She was addicted to her comfort zone, but not in the way you think. Everyone talks about comfort zones like they're just about being lazy or scared. Just step out of your comfort zone, they say. Take risks. Be brave. But that's not the real problem. The real problem is that your comfort zone isn't just comfortable, it's familiar. And your brain is literally addicted to familiarity. Here's what's happening in your brain. Every time you think about making a change, your brain treats it like a threat. It doesn't matter if the change is good for you. Change equals danger to your primitive brain. So it fights back. And here's the part that blew my mind. Your brain would rather keep you in a familiar hell than risk an unfamiliar heaven. Think about that. Your own mind is sabotaging your dreams to keep you safe in a life that's making you miserable. After talking to hundreds of people who feel stuck, I discovered there are 3 hidden prisons that keep us trapped, and most people don't even realize they're in them. Sarah told me, "I've always been the kind of person who starts things but never finishes them." Did you catch that? I've always been... She wasn't describing what she did. She was describing who she was. And that's the first prison. The stories we tell ourselves about who we are. I'm not good with money. I'm not a morning person. I'm not the type who exercises. I'm not smart enough for that. I'm not lucky in love. These aren't facts. They're stories. But when you repeat a story long enough, it becomes your identity. And once it's your identity, you'll unconsciously sabotage any attempt to change it. I used to tell myself, I'm not a public speaker. I get too nervous. And guess what happened every time I had to speak publicly? I'd get nervous, mess up, and think, "See? I told you I'm not a public speaker." It wasn't until I changed the story to "I'm learning to become a confident speaker" that everything shifted. This is the big one, the one that keeps more people stuck than anything else. You know what Sarah told me? "I want to start my business, but I need to take more courses first. I need to save more money. I need to have the perfect plan." She'd been getting ready to get ready for 3 years. Here's the brutal truth. Perfectionism isn't about having high standards. It's about fear disguised as excellence. You're not waiting for the perfect moment. You're waiting for a moment when failure is impossible. And that moment will never come. I spent 2 years planning to start this YouTube channel. 2 years! I told myself I needed better equipment, more content ideas, perfect scripts. You know what finally got me started? I realized that perfect was just another word for never. The people who succeed aren't the ones who wait for perfect conditions. They're the ones who start with imperfect action. This one's the most painful because it involves the people we love. Sarah said, "My family thinks I'm crazy for wanting to quit my stable job. My friends don't understand why I can't just be happy with what I have." So she stayed stuck to keep everyone else comfortable. How many dreams have died because someone said, "Be realistic"? How many lives have been wasted because someone said, "That's too risky"? How many people are living someone else's version of a good life instead of their own? Here's what I realized. The people who love you want to keep you safe. But sometimes safety is the most dangerous place you can be, because safe means stuck, and stuck means slowly dying inside. After 3 hours of talking, something shifted in Sarah. She looked at me and said, "Peter, I've been waiting for permission to live my own life, haven't I? And that's when she had her breakthrough. She realized she didn't need more knowledge. She didn't need perfect conditions. She didn't need everyone's approval. She just needed to start. 6 months later, Sarah sent me a message that gave me chills. She had quit her job, started her consulting business, and was making more money than she ever had at her corporate position. But more importantly, she said, "Peter, I finally feel like I'm living my own life." What changed? She stopped waiting for permission and started giving it to herself. Based on Sarah's transformation and my work with hundreds of others, here are the 4 keys that will get you unstuck. Key 1. Rewrite your story. Stop saying "I am" and start saying "I'm becoming." Instead of "I'm not good with money," say "I'm learning to manage money better." Instead of "I'm not a runner," say "I'm developing a running habit." Your identity is not fixed. You are not stuck with who you've been. You get to choose who you're becoming. And here's the magic. When you change your story, your actions automatically align with the new story. Key 2. Embrace imperfect action. Stop planning to plan. Stop getting ready to get ready. Pick one small action you can take today, not tomorrow. Today. Want to start a business? Make one phone call to a potential client. Want to get healthy? Do 10 push-ups right now. Want to write a book? Write one paragraph? Want to learn a skill? Watch one tutorial. Progress beats perfection every single time. And here's what's beautiful. One small action creates momentum. Momentum creates confidence. Confidence creates bigger actions. Key 3. Find your tribe. You cannot change in the same environment that created your stuck patterns. You need new voices, new perspectives, new energy. Find people who are where you want to be. Join communities, attend events, hire coaches, find mentors. Surround yourself with people who see your potential, not your limitations. And here's the hard part. You might need to limit time with people who are invested in keeping you stuck. I know that sounds harsh, but your dreams are more important than their comfort. Key 4. Commit to the process, not the outcome. This is the secret that changed everything for me. Stop trying to control the results. Start committing to the daily actions. Sarah didn't focus on making $100,000 in her first year. She focused on making one sales call every day. I didn't focus on getting 1 million subscribers. I focused on making one video every week. When you fall in love with the process, the results take care of themselves. When you try to control the results, both the process and the results suffer. I need to share something personal that changed how I think about being stuck. 2 years ago, I had a friend named Marcus who was always talking about the changes he was going to make. Next year, I'm going to start that podcast. When things calm down, I'm going to travel more. After I get this promotion, I'm going to focus on my health. Marcus was always living in next year, always stuck in when things calm down. Then Marcus got some news that changed everything. The kind of news that makes tomorrow feel uncertain. And you know what Marcus said to me in the hospital? "Peter, I spent so much time getting ready to live that I forgot to actually live." Marcus didn't make it to see his next year, but in his final weeks, he taught me the most important lesson about being stuck. We're not stuck because we don't know what to do. We're stuck because we think we have forever to do it. But we don't have forever. We have today. We have this moment. We have right now. And right now is all we've ever really had. Here's the uncomfortable truth I need to share with you. You're not stuck because of your circumstances. You're stuck because you've gotten comfortable being stuck. Being stuck has become your identity. It's become your excuse. It's become your story. I can't change jobs because of the economy. I can't start dating because I need to work on myself first. I can't pursue my dreams because I have responsibilities. But here's what I know. People with the same circumstances as you are making changes every single day. People with less money, less time, less support, more problems. They're still finding ways to move forward. So what makes them different? They stopped making excuses and started making decisions. They stopped waiting for perfect and started accepting good enough. They stopped asking, "What if I fail?" and started asking, "What if I succeed?" You have a choice to make right now. You can close this video and go back to being comfortable in your stuckness. You can keep telling yourself the same stories, making the same excuses, waiting for the same perfect moment that will never come. Or you can decide that today is the day you stop being a prisoner of your own comfort zone. You can choose to rewrite your story starting right now. You can choose to take one imperfect action today. You can choose to surround yourself with people who believe in your potential. You can choose to commit to the daily process of becoming who you're meant to be. The question isn't whether you can change. The question is whether you will. Here's what I want you to do in the next 24 hours. First, identify your prison. Which one are you in? The story prison? The perfectionism prison? The everyone else prison? Write it down. Be honest. Be specific. Second, pick one small action you can take today toward the life you want. Not a perfect action. Not a big action. Just one small step forward. Send one email. Make one phone call. Write one page. Do one workout. Have one difficult conversation. Third, tell someone about it. Not someone who will talk you out of it. Someone who will cheer you on. Accountability turns intentions into actions. You have 24 hours, not 24 days, not 24 weeks, 24 hours. Because if you don't start in the next 24 hours, you'll probably still be stuck 24 months from now. And you deserve better than that. Remember Sarah from the beginning? The woman who felt trapped in a glass box? She messaged me last month with an update that brought tears to my eyes. She said, "Peter, I'm not the same person who sat in that coffee shop a year ago. I'm not just successful in business, I'm finally proud of who I'm becoming. But the best part? I realized I was never actually stuck. I was just scared to admit I had the key to my own cage the whole time." That's the truth about being stuck. Most of the time, we're not trapped by our circumstances. We're trapped by our unwillingness to use the key we've always had. That key is choice. The choice to start. The choice to change. The choice to become. And that key is in your hand right now. I'm going to be completely honest with you. Making this video was scary for me because I know some of you won't like what I've said. Some of you will be offended that I called you out on your excuses. Some of you will be angry that I challenged your comfort zone. But I'd rather risk offending you than watch you waste another year of your life being stuck. Because your life matters. Your dreams matter. Your potential matters. You were not put on this earth to play small. You were not meant to live a life of quiet desperation. You were meant to grow, to contribute, to become the fullest version of yourself. So please don't let another year pass wondering, what if? Don't let another birthday come where you're in the exact same place. Don't let another opportunity slip by because you were waiting for perfect. You have everything you need to get unstuck. You always have. You just need the courage to use it. Thank you for having the courage to watch this entire video. That alone tells me you're ready for change. If this message hit you where you needed to be hit, I need you to do 3 things. First, smash that like button to let me know this resonated with you and to help other stuck people find this message. Second, comment below and tell me, what's the one action you're taking in the next 24 hours? What prison are you breaking out of? Third, share this with someone who needs to hear it, someone who's been stuck too long and needs a wake-up call. This is Peter's journey, and today we learned that being stuck isn't a life sentence. It's a choice. And starting right now, you get to make a different choice. I'll see you in the next one. But more importantly, I hope the next time I see you, you'll be a completely different person. The person you were always meant to become. Now stop watching videos about change and go make some change. Your unstuck life is waiting for you. The cage is open. The key is in your hand. What are you waiting for?